Welcome back to another video, guys. I'm going to be taking you guys through a full day in the life with me as a hybrid athlete training for marathons and ultra marathons and high rocks. Show you guys how I prepare, how I take care of my body, how I go about my day as a business owner, as a father, as a husband. And yeah, it is currently about 5:40. Wake up time is 5:30 a.m. And then we get outside, we get our electrolyte and creatine drink, and we walk our dog. Sorry, that's not a good sight of him pooping, but this is my time to walk and to pray. And yeah, and then we're gonna get after it today. I just realized that in the last video, you never got to see me walking my doggy, but here's Moose. This is one of our dogs. He's our old man. I've had this boy for a long time. But I get out here every single day. Best is when I start my mornings because I know that God has asked me to do prayer walks. That I'm just not some guy that can sit still and pray very well. I'm trying to grow in it because there's a beauty in being able to sit still. This world tries to keep us from being still and from being present. But with right now in my life, with everything that's going on, I do my best praying, my best thinking, my best talking with God while I'm walking, and He knows that. And so I know that He has asked me to do prayer walks, and so I want to make sure that I am being obedient to that. And I know if I put off the things that He's asked me to do, at the end of the day, it's much harder for me to want to do it. So I want to make sure that I knock out the things, not that I'm trying to get it done, but I want to make sure that I do the things that He's asking me to do first thing in the morning. One, so He gets my best, but also so that it gets done and so that I'm obedient. So I'm going to put the camera up and get to praying. All right, guys, so I just finished the walk with Moose. As soon as I'm done with my walk with him, I get him his food, and then I will come into my office where I have a little stretching area and I will stretch. So I don't really have a routine that I follow. I kind of just work my way up the body. So starting with the feet, the ankles, the calves, the Achilles, and then I'll just work my way up. But it doesn't, no really rhyme or routine, just whatever body parts are kind of sore or hurting, I'll spend a little bit more time with those body parts. Like my hamstrings, if they're super tight, well then I'll spend a longer time stretching my hamstrings. But stretching is something that I just have to do every single morning. I grew up playing sports and I just was the guy that never stretched. I could wake up, roll out of bed, and just go play a basketball game. When I was 25, 26, 27, and I started running, I could just wake up and go out and just run 5 miles, run 10 miles, no problem. But now at 31, even though I'm not old, my body just can't do that anymore. I get these little aches and these little injuries that pop up, and I think it's because I don't stretch. So I come right in here, it's 6 o'clock, I will stretch for the next 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna hit my run. So here's my little stretch routine. Just think, whatever this stretch is one of the best stretches in the world, just for the top of the foot and the quads. I'm trying to sit back on those heels, stretches my quads like nothing else, which my quads are so dominant that on leg days they just take over. So my quads get very sore, they take over on running, trying to get my glutes and my hamstrings more activated, but struggling with that. So if you guys have any tips on how to get your hamstrings and glutes more involved in leg days and in running, drop a comment because I need some help. I have finished my stretching, and now it is time for my 5-mile run. Because I am currently training for the Mid-State Mile, or the Murder Mile is what they call it, which is just a 1-mile last man standing challenge where you run 1 mile and you have 20 minutes to complete it, but it is about 400 to 500 feet of elevation. I have got to get a lot of hills in my running to try to build up that endurance to be able to climb that amount of elevation over and over and over again. If anyone knows me, they know that hills are my least favorite thing to run. I will run fast, I will run far. I do not like running up hills, but I like a challenge. And so I'm gonna get after it this morning. Got a lot of hills in my neighborhood. We'll probably just stay in my neighborhood and just do loops around my neighborhood and attack this big hill, up and down it. And so let's get after it. The only problem with running, or can be a problem with running, is little injuries just can pop up because you're putting so much pressure on your body. And I don't know how still the camera is. But you're putting so much pressure on your body that you can just get these little nicks, and I got one in my calf right now. Here I am chugging up this massive hill, which probably isn't anywhere close to the elevation on my race June 20th. So great, got a lot of work to do in a month. This has been a fun run. Almost 3 miles in, 2 more to go. 5 miles is done. It is now 7:15. My family is still not awake. So if you guys don't know, I have a wife and 3 kids, and I love when I get to get the stuff done that I need to get done before they're awake. So 5 miles, heart rate, it took me about 45 minutes, so about a 9-minute mile pace. Now it's time to make my coffee that is already pre-made the night before. If you guys don't know about this, you take some honey and put it at the bottom of the cup. Oh. Then you get your coffee going. So now, after I make my cup of coffee, I'm gonna do my quiet time with the Lord. So I have about a few devotional books that I like to do, and then just more of like casual reading. And then later I will do like deep reading of the word. But right now it's just devotional reading, casual reading, a little bit of prayer while on the floor stretching. So I want to get my post-run stretch in as well, just to make sure body stays healthy. And that's what we got next for the next 45 minutes till 8 o'clock. My family will be up, and then we'll make breakfast. So every morning, well, most mornings, if I'm not already gone, after my devotional time or while I'm doing my devotional time, my amazing kids wake up and they come into my office. This is Layla James, she's my middle. This is Kingston Isaiah, and he is my oldest. And then we have a 6-month-old, Livy Joy, and she's probably with her mommy right now, about to come downstairs. So I just finished my quiet time, read in Leviticus 13, Psalms 74, and then Mark 7. Some amazing stuff in there. I used to not like the Old Testament, but the Old Testament's amazing. And yeah, it's a great morning. Now I'm gonna go make them breakfast, which I already prepared while I was waiting for my coffee. So then we just get to go and make it. And I will show you guys what I do for breakfast. Let's go.
I'm gonna like pancakes with no chocolate.
pancakes with no chocolate.
I want chocolate.
I know you want chocolate.
But we don't have
They like
more
pancakes.
chocolate.
No, I think we're out of the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not more chocolate.
Yeah, maybe more chocolate, but maybe not.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
That's not. Bye.
Say bye.
Bye. Bye, friends.
Bye, friends. All right, it is breakfast time. I basically have close to the same breakfast every single morning. Eggs. I don't know how many this is. I made 8, but my son's got some. So probably 5 to 6 eggs, 3 pieces of sausage, breakfast sausage from Whole Foods. It's absolute money. And then I usually like toast, and I'll make this a sandwich with jelly or tomatoes and mayo, but we don't have bread, so I went with oatmeal. I don't do macros, so I don't know. But that's what I eat for breakfast. Glass of OJ, and gonna enjoy fueling up before I go lift here in a few hours. Currently on my way to the weight room. It's time to get in my lifting session for the day. Will be my second workout because I ran 5 miles this morning with a lot of hills, and now it's time to go lift. And of course today is legs. Got to get after it, got to get these legs strong for these upcoming races that I have. And I'm not exactly sure what's on the docket today. I'm sure Bulgarian split squats, I'm sure step ups. Yeah, debating on whether I do a little high rocks finisher. We'll see. And then I have a meeting to go to, meeting with some pastors at a church about potentially, you know, maybe being a youth pastor or high school pastor. We'll see. I kind of have an idea of what I feel as though I'm supposed to be doing with my life, but I never want to shut down opportunities. If opportunities present themselves, I want to be available to whatever God may do. And ultimately, I want my will to be His will. And so whatever He wants me to do, I may have a idea of how I want my life to go, but ultimately Jesus knows best, and He knows what's going to bring Him the most glory. And if that's me being a high school pastor when I think I'm supposed to be doing this, then I want to, you know, submit my will to His will and do what He wants. And so when opportunities like this present themselves, I always want to be available. I'm never against having a chat with somebody, talking, and just seeing if God is lining things up. But that is what I'll be doing. And then I have basketball training sessions. If you guys didn't know, that's my job. Is I'm a basketball trainer. Played college basketball, Division I college basketball, and then as soon as I was done playing, I got into training. I've been doing that for the past 6 years. It is amazing. Wow, that's crazy. I've almost been basketball training for a decade. Wow, I'm getting up there. But it's been awesome. So I've got one group session, I believe, and then I'll be home the rest of the day, hanging out with the family, maybe take Kingston and the kids to the park to play. And then I will hit another workout. So I'll have 3 workouts today where I will just go to the YMCA and get on the Stairmaster for about 20-30 minutes. So that's what I've got on the docket today.
Drop that.
Finished my leg workout. That was stinking gnarly. Start off with goblet squats, as you guys saw. Went off into Bulgarian split squats. I did 50 pounds, but as you see, I kept that wedge to keep my front foot a little bit elevated, and boy, did that burn. I had 4 sets of 10 on that each leg. Then I went to walking lunges, 16 steps, 3 sets with 95 pounds, barbell walking lunges. Then I had step ups, 3 sets of 12 each leg, monstrous, and then 3 sets of 20 on the calf raises. So that leg workout after running some hills and 5 miles this morning was tough to say the least, but I have made it to Mojo's Tacos, about to meet with these men of God, and just praying that the Lord opens doors, closes doors, that he's just honored and glorified. So here we go. Getting skin treatment on my leg. It's, I told you guys, if you don't stretch, you're going to deal with these little injuries. I don't know when I picked up this one, but got to make sure you take care of the body. Just finished at the chiropractor, and I want to give a quick note on Dr. K. I don't know where you guys are watching this, but if you guys are in Franklin, you need to go to N8, the letter N and the number 8. Dr. K is the best chiropractor in the world. I met him through my buddy Jackson at the Last Man Standing Challenge. So in the Last Man Standing, the BPN, Go One More Last Man Standing Challenge, you were allowed to have 3 crew members. And I brought my wife and my mom and a buddy Cohen. Jackson, my friend who also got into the race, brought his wife, and then he brought a buddy named Dave, and then he brought Dr. K, chiropractor and like physical therapist, and our tents were right next to each other. So Dr. K would help me as well get my body right. And even when Jackson ended, he ended a little bit before me, Dr. K stayed and continued to help me until I finished a few miles later. And he's just salt of the earth. He's just the kind of person that you want to be around. I tell people, like, Dr. K could come close to convince me to just jumping off a wall if he said it was the right thing to do. He's just that kind of guy. So if you guys are looking for a great chiropractor, go to him, because he's not just a chiropractor. He does physical therapy, he does stim, he does laser, he massages, he cracks every part of my body. Like, he is amazing. He goes above and beyond to take care of his people, take care of his clients, and I just appreciate it. I appreciate someone who does their work with excellence and in a way that honors the Lord. And yeah, so can't say enough good things about him. I'm going to train basketball now, 1 hour, got my son with me. After that, I will go home, relax, eat food, get the kids ready for bed, and then I will head to the YMCA later and get in my Stairmaster to finish out this day of training. Oh, I also didn't tell you guys what I had for lunch because I was at a meeting with the pastor at a church, but I had like a Southwest Chipotle bowl. It wasn't Chipotle. Mojo's Tacos. I had a bowl, rice, beans, fajita chicken, onions, peppers, all that good stuff with a little bit of ranch on it. It was amazing. So, yeah, buddy. Your tummy hurts? Do you need some water? You want water?